Hello, my wonderful people. My name is Dasha Savage. I'm a psychologist and women's programs facilitator, and today I continue answering your questions. So, the question coming today was anonymous. Let me read it to you real quick. One second, I'll open it. So, the question: how do I pull myself out of the victim position and start valuing myself? I am developing my own business. I'm already having some results, but I still keep devaluing everything and laughing it off. Apparently, until the president himself gives me an award, I won't tell anyone around about it. I just know that no one will support me. They will devalue it even more for sure. Okay, so there are several points here that I would really like to talk about. And once we understand how this works for you personally and what is actually happening here, it will become possible to work with it and pull yourself out of this position you mentioned. So the first thing I want to start with is this. Let's acknowledge you for noticing your kind of the fact that you devalue yourself, because that is already a huge step. That already means that you can see your achievements, because a lot of people don't. So you see your achievements, but you cannot fully claim them as yours. And you want to feel recognized, you want to feel valuable, you want to be significant, you want to be seen by people around you. But looks like you're trying to claim this value through external achievement only. So here is the structure that seems to be operating. I might be wrong. Here because obviously I don't know you personally, but I'll be saying some things and I want you to think if it resonates, if it doesn't, because ultimately the goal is just to look deeper inside ourselves and start asking questions, start figuring things out. So if something matches with what I'm saying, that's already good, but it doesn't have to be everything. So what it looks like to me, you do not feel valuable or significant inside, internally. So you want to feel that way, and you are trying to feel this way through your own achievements. You try to achieve something in order to finally feel significant. But obviously it doesn't work. It doesn't work like that because it is a well-known and very common particular thinking trap. Usually it is called the compensatory achievement or compensating achievement. So what it is when you do not feel your own value inside internally, and you try to prove to yourself, try to prove to others that you matter and that you are important and that you are valuable, specifically through achievements. But the problem is when you do achieve something, nothing really changes inside. So you think that you will feel the certain way once you achieve this, and then the next step, and then, but nothing changes. You still feel that you're just not worthy, you're not happy, it's never enough. Yeah, so internal worth cannot be established through external validation. Let's think of it, I don't know, you're trying to, blow up a balloon, and you do it again and again and again, but the problem is there is a small hole in it and the air just keeps escaping, it keeps going out. So no matter how hard you try to inflate it, it's not gonna work. So imagine this inflating it through achievements, through results, through numbers, through approval, through external praise. So you blow it and blow it, but the problem is the balloon itself has no value, it's broken. Yeah, so until you fix that hole, until you put some tape on it, until you realize the value, you can't blow it with achievements. Or let's say another metaphor, let's say you're feeling cold, uncomfortable, so you go into the warm shower and you stand there under that warm water trying to feel warm. But the problem is the window in the room is open and outside it's freezing. Let's say it's, I don't know, 5 degrees outside. So the air is coming in constantly. And how are you going to feel warm? Let's say this warm water is your achievements trying to pour more and more and more on you. But unless you shut the window, unless you get out of the shower and close the window first, you will keep feeling cold as soon as you step out of the water. So, again, you will not feel safe, you will not feel warm, you will not feel comfortable unless you fix the major thing, not trying to solve it through achievements, but the major internal value comes first. So this thinking trap, when we try to acquire our own value and significance through achievement, it's like, you probably heard of this metaphor, like chasing a carrot. You know how donkeys, you put the carrot in front of them and the carrot is hanging in front of your face, so you're chasing this carrot, but it becomes a race because it's unattainable. It's a kind of a constant running, and maybe you even feel this way, that you're constantly running and running somewhere, constantly trying to prove something to yourself, to others. So it's a constant race to God knows where. And this mechanism shows that there is a certain internal structure in you, some familiar way of perceiving yourself, specifically through external achievements. So if you get an A, you're good. Got A minus, something is not right. You bad girl, didn't study enough. So of course it didn't come out of nowhere. It came from your childhood, and at some point it was formed, probably in relationships with your parents. That's not the point here. What you need to do is just to recognize that there is this habitual attitude towards yourself. So some habitual way of looking at yourself and evaluating yourself through achievements. The problem here is we get used to our achievements, and it just becomes normal to us. We are at a certain level, and it doesn't feel great anymore. And then your task becomes to maintain a certain image. You look at yourself maybe from the outside and you think like, wow, I'm actually impressive. I did this, this, and that. But inside you do not feel that way. And it's always this interpersonal conflict, the conflict that can create more and more tension. So it's a constant stress. I've been there. It's a very familiar topic for me because I've been suffering from the same issue basically throughout my entire life. And here, another interesting topic is this reasons, I would say, behind this devaluation, behind this laughing it off, laughing at your own achievements, not being able to share them. So what are those reasons? Obviously, this devaluation is one of the many defense mechanisms. So it obviously protects you from something. So here it would be important to think about what it is protecting you from. One option might be it protects you from vulnerability, because imagine this, like if I admit that something truly matters to me, that I put myself there, that I invested myself in it entirely, that I'm proud of myself, that I don't know, I did this, I achieved this, my soul is in it, in my project or in something, I don't know what exactly you're doing. So you admit that your heart and soul is there. You become open, you become vulnerable. And if someone around you, especially if someone important to you, suddenly does not recognize it or judges it or mocks it, obviously it will hurt. It will hurt a lot, and it will hurt much more than if you devalue it first. Like, oh, it's not important. So it's not that big of a deal if somebody laughs at it, right? So that can be one reason. Another reason, obviously, fear of failure. If you acknowledge your success, right? Panic may appear. Panic, anxiety, intrusive thoughts. Suddenly there is a certain status. Yeah, certain status you have to maintain, certain image of you. And what if tomorrow something doesn't work? What if there is some mistake? Everything collapses. What if everything breaks? Especially if your sense of worth is built on that achievement. For our psyche, that can feel like total disaster. And that connects to what we discussed in the first part of this podcast. If you only feel valuable when you are successful, yeah, when your internal value is tied to your achievements and to your success. So any mistake in that case would threaten your entire sense of self, and obviously that is not good. Oh, what else? Another thing devaluation may protect you from is surprisingly loneliness and separation. So this is relevant especially for people who grew up in a certain kind of environment. For example, maybe there were never successful people around you, in your family, among your friends. You come from, I don't know, some poor childhood maybe. And maybe there were no people who achieved goals, or just in general, no happy people. Everybody's struggling, everybody's suffering, everybody's unhappy, poor, you name it. So when you begin to grow, when you succeed, when you become stronger, you may feel that separation anxiety because you begin to differ more and more from that environment, from all those people who were maybe very dear to you, from friends, from family, from relatives, and you start to feel like a black sheep, yeah, among everybody, and that is scary. We are social creatures. It is scary to separate. So this anxiety is absolutely normal. You can grow, you can move forward, but you can still remain emotionally connected to people around you. But if those points of connection begin to disappear, there's less and less closeness. Of course, it becomes frightening, especially if there is a strong fear of loneliness in you. Also, here on top of that, we can add guilt over success. Something like, like, how can I be happy? How can I earn good money when, let's say, my mother suffered her entire life? To my mom, money came through like blood, sweat, and pain. How can I be proud of myself when my mom has been in such a difficult position? How can I brag about my achievements when she is not happy? How can I don't know, like buy a new bag when I know my friend is depressed and has no money, and all that stuff. So that is another thing. Yeah, that's another thing, the feeling of guilt and almost feeling of shame for your own success. What else? What else here? There can be a conflict between your experience, like actual experience, and your internal belief about yourself. If, let's say, you're used to thinking about yourself in a certain way, like, I don't know, the common thoughts, like, I'm not good enough. And you're deeply convinced of it internally, maybe even subconsciously. You just think you're not good enough. So your psyche will try to confirm whatever you believe, because it always, always tries to confirm our existing beliefs. So when you move forward and something actually works out, it may react like, oh, no, 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 this is unfamiliar. And unfamiliar means what? It means unsafe. So inside you will feel tension because the success does not match your usual perception of yourself. You're used to seeing yourself as someone who does not succeed, someone who's not good enough, someone who's not disciplined, blah, 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 you name it again. So something is suddenly working, but what does it mean? It means, again, uncomfortable, unsafe, time to get rid of it, time to stop before even beginning to be successful. So devaluation comes to help, of course. It devalues everything so you can stay in your familiar environment, in the comfortable, wonderful, familiar perception of yourself. What else? What else? Yeah, I see you write that you would like to share your achievements, but there is no point because others will devalue or judge or laugh. So here, what is it? Maybe, I don't know, fear of becoming disappointed in yourself. For example, I'm sorry, my nose is not super healthy today, so I apologize for all the sniffing. Not good. So where were I? Let's say you share. Let's say you decided to share your achievements and you say, look, I have these achievements. Look, this is working for me. But then what if later again something doesn't work and you feel terrified to face the idea that all those people laughing at you, they turned out to be right. They were right all along when they believed nothing would work for you, nothing would come out of it. So that fear might be even stronger than the fear of, failure itself. So the fear of all the people around turning out to be right when they didn't believe in you. That can create a very deep disappointment in yourself later. So what else? This whole mechanism in general usually goes together again, I already said it many times, with perceiving yourself through achievement, through an external shell. Yeah, you do not see yourself as a person who tries, who struggles, who moves forward no matter what, who takes risks, who, maintains discipline no matter what. So even if something does not work out, it doesn't mean you're bad. You are the person who tries, who goes, who does, but you don't see yourself that way, right? Only results matter. Yeah, so that's the problem. So you need to switch your thinking into understanding that you yourself are impressive just for doing it, just for trying it. And the result is not the only thing that matters. You have a living mind. You are brave for trying. You have no idea how many people never even try to have their own business because they are scared, they're afraid of all the things that we talked about. But you tried. And you're moving, you gain experience, and you already say you did have results already. So if you're not used to seeing yourself this way, if you're not used to seeing value in yourself, in your personal qualities, but instead you're used to only evaluating yourself by achievements, of course, every mistake, every failure, even the little one, they will feel like a collapse. Because it feels like your whole self-image is being destroyed. And when you think that your achievements equal you, it's disaster waiting to happen. And what else I wanted to say? I wanted to say this. It's kind of not 100% relevant, and it's a different question, but I really want you to kind of start looking into that part. People you mention, you write that no one will support you, that they will actually devalue even more, and they will laugh at you, all that stuff. So who is around you? Why do you choose people who do not believe in you, who wish you something negative, who do not support you, who will devalue you, who, assert themselves at your expense? This is the environment you created. And this is your support system around you. So again, even if you do not fully believe in yourself, your environment can support you, and the support can be very strong. But if you choose people who do not believe in you and who devalue you constantly, this is an important signal. This is an important question. Like, why do you choose these people to be close to you? Of course, you would not want to trust them. Of course, you will not want to share with them if you already know how they will react. So why are you with people like that? That's what I want you to think about. Sometimes, obviously, it's our closest relatives that are not supportive, but it means just that you need to, outside of your family, to create the support system of like-minded people, of success-oriented people, and it is up to you. So why do you choose to surround yourself with people who devalue you? I would look into that for sure. Oh, it's been a long episode. So I wish you all the success, and I know how difficult it is. Again, it's something very familiar to me, so I understand you completely. I really hope some of these thoughts felt useful to you, and I just wanted to show that, the structure that so many of us fall into, unfortunately, it is dysfunctional, and it's only up to us to help ourselves. That's it for today. If you have any questions, you can either email them to me or you can join our wonderful community. I will put the links in the description of this podcast. So I'll be happy to see you. Join my email list, join my community, and I'll be happy to see you in the next episode of this podcast. Goodbye.